what that verse means then? No. During that time in Corinth? Can you explain it then?
It means exactly what it means exactly what it says. It says, "Servants, be obedient to your masters." That's exactly what it means. That's exactly what the white man used to justify his slavery. It's exactly what everybody else used to justify their slavery. So I'm saying, it's just funny how when you read a verse out the Bible, then all of a sudden when it's detrimental,
It's not what it says.
You don't know what it means. You don't know what
it's talking about.
You don't know what it is. What happened to it?
I'm asking you. Listen.
They always change that shit up.
Hold up. G-Money, that's true. But I'm asking you a question. Because yes, everybody takes verses and try to make it their own. But is that talking about the white man? That's what I'm asking you. Is it talking about the white man? That's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
The white man used those scriptures to justify slavery.
What I'm saying is the white man used that verse. It doesn't have to be talking about the white man. The white man used that same verse to justify what he was doing. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to use the Bible,
the point.
Man, use that.
No. This is the point. This is the point. This is the point I'm trying to get at.
I just made the point.
He justified. He used that verse to justify slavery or whatever. But my point, what I was making was that verse in particular. What people say is that they're talking about the white man. That's what I'm making, right? And I'm trying to let you know, like, yes, they may have used verses. They took verses out and stuff. I get that. But that still doesn't say that this book is not a white man's book. What I'm trying to get at, my argument that I'm making towards you is that
you're trying to deny. You're trying to deny that point right there, though. You're trying to get all around it.
The trans-Saharan slave trade, Islam is a Arab man's religion, a religion that enslaved your people. You see, I'm not a Christian, so I can't speak for those motherfuckers.
The Christians did the same thing. The Romans did the same thing. The Romans slaved too. Man. What are you talking about, brother? The Romans slaved too. You don't even know what you're talking about. You crisscrossed it and you just X yourself just then. So now can I speak? Cause I've been raising my hand. Now can I speak? Cause you told me false tales.
Go ahead.
Look, when all said, you can't speak either, brother. Look what the Romans did. Look what the Roman Catholics did, yo. They murder, conquer. They did the same thing what you just talking about. Now, let's get to the part where G-Man say the slavery. How can you compare 400 to 1,000 years? You can't compare 400 years to 1,000 years of slavery. So that where you was wrong, G-Man, when you made that point. This slavery was the worst. No, hold on, I'm talking. Let me finish. When you made that point, y'all both wrong in a little error. And what y'all both wrong is y'all looking in the wrong information. You gotta start with it.
I'm trying to wake up tomorrow.
He always do that. He always do that, y'all.
I just want to talk to you, bro, because you know you a Hebrew Israelite, man. No matter how many times you co-sign with the Arabs, and I understand. Look, G-Man, I understand you. That's all I can say. All I'm saying is, G-Money, my question is to you. Is the Bible a white man's book? That's all I want to ask you. Yes or no?
Yeah, okay. All right, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, the Bible is not a white man's book. What I'm saying is, just because the Bible is not a white man's book, that don't mean that. Listen, the Bible was what
they all been revised by the white man.
Slave master Christians. That's what they were going by. They were going by that white man. They were going by that book. They modeled their life. They modeled their life.
Hold up, G-Money, hold up. You out, Cedric.
What I'm saying is
Go ahead, G-Money.
What I'm saying is those white slave masters modeled their lives after that Bible. Now, they may have modeled their lives after the parts that benefited them. But yes, that same Bible that we read today was the same Bible that they had back then. So the same verses apply today as they applied back then. And that's what they used to justify slavery. And there's no way to get out of that.
Well, this is the thing, G-Money, right? So when I said that they had the slave Bible during the 16th and 17th century, right? The Bible, because I kid you not, you can look this up yourself. Look up the slave Bible, right? They may have taken that verse. I did say earlier, they took certain verses and they implemented it into that slave book, right? So, but the Bible mainly, probably they did use the Bible per se. But what, according to my research, the slave Bible was when they took a lot of those verses out of the book, out of the main Bible, the ones that they know that they can use, and they implemented it into the slave Bible. And there was a lot of stuff how they, with the language and stuff. But my point I was just making to you was, I get your point. But the main point I was making to you was that you follow an Arabic, I'm not saying Arabic, you follow an Arab man's religion.
Yep.
The Bible is a black man's book.
Nope.
That's the difference. Whether you want to say they used it and they enslaved us. Well, when they enslaved us, what had happened when we read the book and we comprehended it? They killed us for it because we knew who we were. So that's all I'm just trying to say to you. And look, G Money, you know I have a lot of, man, I got the utmost respect for you, my nigga. For you. You know you an Israelite, so I understand you may not co-sign. You're not about, you. So your mentality is that, look, man, I don't care about the Arabs because you understand Islam, right? So even what Islam means to
Yes,
what?
hold on.
Submit.
Just a second. Sorry, just a second. I'm about to get my braces off, y'all. If she wants to use one of her mute.
Who told you that the Bible was the black man's Bible?
Mhm.
Who told you that?
Mhm.
You're not a Christian. So how do you speak on Christian things and you don't even adhere to Christianity? What? Make that make sense for me, please, because I don't understand. Maybe I'm a stupid Christian. Not even a damn Christian. I was raised in Christianity, but I mean, there are things I believe about the Bible.
G Money, G Money, I got you, Red. G Money, follow me back too, man, so we can talk about this more. You know, hopefully I'll hop on later or whatever. But just to answer this sister's question, and this is just another loop, not even a loophole. This is another rabbit hole. But long story short, with this is that the Bible is a black man's book. Every person in that Bible was a dark-skinned person. And also, not to mention, iconoclasm, which I stated earlier, was a big thing during the 16th and 17th century. Okay? So they used Christianity, whether you want to accept it or not, just do your research. Christianity comes from Catholicism. Okay? The Bible is not a Christian book. They portrayed it to be this Christianized Catholic book. It's really a book of the way of life. Okay?
Wow.
It talks about the Hebrew Israel. Throughout the whole entire Bible, you cannot tell me, you can't keep count of how many times it says Israel, Israel, Israelites, Israel. So you saying that, and I'm not trying to convert you. If you want to be a Christian, that's on you. But what I am saying is that when people say that, when people say, I'm just going to say this for one. Listen, man. Listen, man. Brother, I don't want to hear about the Obama. Listen, man. I'm sick and tired. Let me finish up with the sister. Because I'm sick and tired when you niggas always had to bring y'all mama in. He was I don't give a fuck. That's your mom.
Yeah, sorry.
But that's your mom. Yeah. I know you sorry, nigga. Now tighten up, nigga. Now let me finish. Now let me finish. Oh, wait, Molly, I'm sorry, but let me finish talking to my sister, man. That's so disrespectful of you, man. So all I'm trying to say to you is, Brett, is this. Look, at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying, but this is the reason why us Israelites try to get some of our people that do follow Christianity. We try to get them up out of that mentality because there's a lot of stuff that the Christian pastors don't teach. And with understanding Christianity, when you understand the origins of it, or where it comes from, Catholicism, it's a religion that comes from the white man. That white Jesus picture that they painted, that Leonardo da Vinci painted, that was an actual man named Caesar Borgia.
Then you have to live in that same state of mind. You have to live in that same state of mind. Like this is 2024, right? All right. I'm saying like, nigga, long time ago. I don't know about a long time ago. That's it. If you stuck in that, you stuck in it. So you stuck in it. No, I'm saying some shit, bro. Like if you stuck in, you ain't trying to evolve.
Can I hear?
You're not trying to evolve. I'm gonna hush up right quick.
Let me hear her. Yeah, sit there and be quiet because I want to hear her. You probably cut her off, so sit there and shut the fuck up.
All right. So you telling me shut the fuck up? I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna say yeah. No.
Sit there. Shut up. Sit there. Shut up. Listen, nigga.
Listen, nigga.
Go ahead, Foxy.
Alright, so like I said, my family is what you call a fivefold ministry. I got preachers, ministers, deacons, the whole damn fivefold ministry in my family. I was raised in Christianity. I was raised Baptist. Now that I'm an adult, like I said, I don't adhere to everything in the Bible because hell, the Old and New Testament contradict they goddamn selves. I'm just gonna keep it a book. I'm not retarded. I'm not stupid. But that's just how I was raised. So I get what you saying, but the way you saying it, you can be perceived as if you're coming against what people believe, and everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like the perception. Like if I'm telling you, if I decide to convert or whatever, be a Hebrew Israelite, and I say the Bible is wrong, that's bullshit, da 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 da, people aren't gonna perceive me correctly. But if I make it make sense to them and still allow them to make their own decision, it's gonna hit different. That's all. I just wanted to know who told you that and where you get that from. But I know it comes from Catholicism, and I know it's a white man's religion. I know all of that. I wasn't taught that growing up. But since I've done my own research, being an adult, once I turned 18, I'm the black sheep of my family because I tell my uncle to his face, he's a bishop. My uncle's a bishop, and I tell him that Bible that you taught me about my whole fucking life is bullshit. And me and my uncle had got into a drag out fight behind the Bible. Like I'm one of those quote unquote reprobated Christians or whatever that will tell you this is bullshit in the Bible. Even though I was raised on it. I was raised in it. And that's what I was taught.
Understandable.
But I'm one of those people.
Yep. And you seem very, and listen, I don't want you to think, listen to me, right? I'll say this last while ago, right? All the other stuff we can get into about the Bible, but I don't want you to think that, especially black women, aren't able to teach. The point where I was trying to get at was this. When the Bible says that women shouldn't teach or whatever, they shouldn't be in the pulpit, that's another thing it also says. I'm not saying that to down you guys. And you brought up Paul, how during the time he was talking about those women. But also, when it talks about a woman being in the pulpit, that's what it really means. But you guys don't understand that a lot of our sisters, when you go to Ecclesiasticus, the women, well, I would say black women, you guys are wisdom, right? It talks about how you guys have wisdom and everything. The virtuous woman. So I don't try to down you guys. You guys teach the babies. So I'm not trying to sit up here and make it seem like, oh yeah, men run and rule everything. Like, no. I'm just
I'm not retracting back.
Yo, Cedric, I told you to stop smoking that shit 2 years ago, nigga. And you still sitting up here doing shit. God damn, man. Let me just Hey, go ahead, Fox 7. I was trying to finish my point, but you keep cutting me off, bro. That's some lame ass shit, man. Because if I was the white man, you'll obey me. But since I'm black, I'm just another nigga to you. So you're gonna keep talking over me, right?
I don't care about a man, white motherfucker, a man nigga. I swear to God, I don't.
Let the brothers, yo, you out there, let the brothers.
I wanted to kind of go back what we was talking about earlier about the slaves. Now, this is my understanding, right? And I could be wrong, but the thing about slaves obey your master, right? That's what I wanted to kind of talk about.
Right.
When it comes to like a slave, right? There are certain ways of becoming a slave. Like you could become a slave back in the day because your family owed a debt, and the father wasn't able to pay the debt, so he will send his daughter and say, "Okay, since I can't pay this debt, my daughter will be on your working in your house for so many years until she work off this debt for me." There are other times where there were slaves because I couldn't work off my own debt, and there are also slaves when it was a war, and then it was a battle, and the slaves were captured. In the sense of slavery in America, it seems like to me that it wasn't the proper rules of being a slave. So regardless if they use the Bible in order to make themselves or because they did it to make sure that we fall in line because they knew that was our weakness. Well, really not our weakness, it's really our strength, but they used that because they know that we believed in it. It was a spiritual book that binded to us. So that's why we was able to accept it like we were. Even the little ones that got taken away from their mothers, and they still bind it to the book. But my thing is when slavery becomes illegal, because in the Bible you can't steal a slave. You cannot steal a slave.
Right.
So if we were stolen, it ain't no more obey your master no more, because he's really not your master because you were stolen. For real.
It's like how it's fucking
facts.
It's hot as
That
hell
was deep.
everywhere. Who worried about?
So, Box 7. So what was the point you was trying to make? I kind of got lost.
I'm saying it's so hot.
The point I was trying to make was if we were considered stolen, then there is no such thing as obey your master, because he's really not your master for real.
Yep. Facts.
He's really not your master because you were stolen. You were stolen.
I'm not disagreeing with you. So
and you know what too? You know what too? That's
that shit like in 2024. I'm like right here. I'm living right here, right now. I ain't thinking about none of this shit. I haven't been brought up in. Hey, that wasn't my time. So I ain't gonna
go ahead and watch
I care
this.
about everybody.
We're gonna be here. Go ahead and do the thing. You gotta be clear. You know you got shit to do, bro.
I'm not right here.
No, I'm good, man. I'm actually I'm getting my clothes ready. I'm listening to y'all.
Let me go in here. Hold on. Let me go in there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just say this, right? I'm not just whatever's best for you, I think you follow it, man. Everything is just too high and stuff.
Yeah, probably can hear me a little bit better. Yeah, probably can hear me a little bit better.
But you're talking to somebody when I was a Christian, right? Everybody was brought up as a Christian, Baptist, whatever you name it. And I came up out of Christianity, right? And I became an Israelite because I understand who I was. So, and you're talking to somebody that still follows the Bible. I just know my heritage. I know where my people come from, and it's just that.
I know a lot of
other brothers.
I'm still here. I'm just backing out, and when it disconnects from my garage, I don't want it to cut us
there's
off.
A lot of
I'm still here. I'm about to take that off.
There's a lot of other dudes that can attest to that. So But hey, everybody's always gonna have issues with certain kinds, like the Egyptologists, Amun Ra, and all these, the Grecians and everything. There's always gonna be a disagreement. There's always gonna be, because it's biasness, and this is how people really feel, right? Because every single colored person on this earth inhabited every piece of land on this earth, right? So black people, the ideology, and our thoughts and our minds, we automatically try to say, okay, since they were dark skinned, those are our people. We automatically connect ourselves to them, right? And 9 times out of 10, y'all know what they say. Our ancestors, everybody ain't kinfolk or skinfolk or whatever, right? So we just gotta be careful. I understand the people that do understand me, they overstand, because
Shit,
I don't call
to me,
myself.
I love every fucking body in the world.
I don't call
I love
myself.
everybody in the world. Like, I don't have no hate in my heart. I swear to God, I don't.
Hey man,
That's not me.
You need to go to Speed Box 5. I think.
What is he on? Is he on pills and alcohol? Like, what the hell? How can you not be